Folks, we're getting ready to start in just a minute. Thank you for being here. Can anyone name this song? Keep those questions coming. It's great to see so many people here. And actually, why don't we go ahead? I think it's about time to get started. All right. Okay. It is just about 3 o'clock, everybody. So welcome to Dr. Selfridge Live. We're back. We're here every Sunday right about this time. So good to see everyone here. If this is your first time joining us, make sure you say hello in the chat. Actually, say hello in the chat regardless. We want to say hello to everyone who's here. Make sure I can see my... There we go. I want to make sure I can see my chat here. And like last week, everybody, we are broadcasting to YouTube as we usually do on the Dr. Selfridge YouTube channel. But if you're watching us from Facebook, we're also broadcasting from Dr. Selfridge Facebook page. And I was pretty excited about this this whole setup. We tried it for the first time last week, and yeah, I always get excited when I learn how to do something new with my technology, and it seemed to work. There was a little bit of stop and start to the video. Something, the data stream didn't seem to be quite working, but what was cool is it seemed to work itself out through the course of the live stream. So we should be at a pretty good steady stream, and I'm actually watching the Facebook live stream, and it's looking pretty good. So hi, everybody who might be watching on Facebook. Hi, if you're watching on YouTube. For your comments, everybody, we do like to highlight your comments here on the screen, questions, comments. And at this time, I'll be looking at comments on Facebook and also on YouTube, but at the moment, the only comments, whoops, that's not what I want to do. The only comments that we can highlight on the screen are those that come through our YouTube stream. So if you want to have your comment put up on the screen, tune into Dr. Selfridge Music on YouTube and join in that chat room. But wherever you're joining us from, it's great to see you. We want to give a special thank you to our helpers who are here today. We have Joe in the chat. We have Dennis in the chat. I'm sure Teresa will be joining us at some point. Say hello to some of our familiar friends here in the chat. And I do want to give a special welcome back to Dennis. So, Dennis, we're going to say hi to you real quick. Can you say hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Good to be back.
Good to be back. So, as you all know, we check in with Dennis throughout the chat or throughout the show, and just to help us maybe find some requests and some questions that maybe I didn't see. So, if you've got questions, put them in the chat. If you've got requests, put them in the chat. And also, hopefully, you have your instrument. You can play along. I've got my flute. I've got my tenor sax. I have my alto sax. I have my clarinet. What do I have? I have my trumpet. I have my keyboard here. Isn't this cool? Look at this. All right. Right. So I can do some piano stuff if we need to. This is very exciting. So let's say hello to our friends in the chat. We're going to say hi to, there we go. Are you up on this? There you are. Okay. We're going to say hi to Joelee. And you look like you might be new. So if you are new, welcome. Let us know. I always like to know where you're watching from, approximately where you are in the world. And also, it's also good to know what instrument you play, maybe how much experience you have. If you're a beginner, or you've been playing for a couple of years. And especially if you do ask note questions, if you ask for requests, make sure you tell me what instrument you play in the question. Because I try to remember all the instruments that you all play, but sometimes, I just can't remember everything. So let's do some more hellos. Colby the Cool Kid is saying hello. Hello to you. And we have some friends checking in the Facebook chat. You know what? I'm going to pop. Actually, I can show this on the screen. Look at this, everybody. So if we go here, you can see there is our current Facebook chat. So hello to our folks on Facebook. And we had a question here. Oh, Christopher Price was checking in and saying, the tune sounds familiar. Yeah, I did ask if anyone knows the name of that song I was playing at the beginning of this live stream. And then Devin Miller is checking in and saying hello. So hi, everybody. Definitely you can pop your chat on Facebook, and I'll try to keep an eye on that too. So we're going to say hi to Kayla Duets. I like your screen name. And I'm trying to think, it looks like a little bit of sheet music there in your picture. That's pretty cool. And Mike, our good friend, is saying hola. And Landon is saying hello. So, Landon, I like is that a Boy Scouts of America insignia? Because I don't know. I don't think I've ever mentioned this before on the show, but I was a Boy Scout as a young person. And I really enjoyed being in the Boy Scouts. So, okay. Kayla plays saxophone. And Landon is asking if anyone plays clarinet, so please check in. Mike, alto and tenor sax, our good friend. Mia Ann, our good friend, is saying hello. And Mia is requesting Uptown Funk. You know what? I'm going to do this real quick. It's funny because I was just talking about this. By the way, guys, let me know how the sound is. I always ask that. But when I checked last week's stream, I was like, oh, it sounds good. I'm very excited about that. So let me know how the sound is. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to do Uptown Funk. And it's kind of funny because I was just watching this video with my students at school this past week, because Uptown Funk for alto sax, I think, or clarinet is my top viewed video on YouTube. By the way, if you guys don't follow me on YouTube, or if you're not a subscriber, if you could subscribe, that'd be awesome. If you could thumbs up this video, that would be great. This live stream. Yeah, let your friends know about the Dr. Selfridge YouTube channel. But we were watching Uptown Funk because it's my current most viewed video. So anyway, let's do it. On piano, everybody, the concert pitch notes I'm going to play are D, G, F. So it's D, D, G, F, D, G, F, C, D. That's the bass line. So really, if the bass plays it, it's down here. Right? Same notes, just up or down a couple octaves. So let's go back here. And this is for Mia Ann. This is Uptown Funk on clarinet. I'm going to play the bass line. Happens 3 times. Or 4 times, I guess. Then it goes. And then on my video, I show you how to play like the part that Bruno Mars sings. that's and then it goes on for a while. And then the next part that everyone recognizes is the part that goes one note. And then that's the part he sings. And then the trumpets and everyone comes in and they play this part. Ba-ba-da-ba on the keyboard. Right? So it's right? Pretty cool. Thank you for that request. It's been a while since I've played that one. So, checking in on our Facebook chat and checking in on our YouTube chat. Let's see here. All right, so Honey Dreams is checking in. Hello, Honey Dreams. How are you? Our friend in New Zealand. Okay, so Honey Dreams is saying, can I play a classical song on any instrument? Perfect opportunity, everybody. I'm going to go to Dr. Selfridge Music, and we're going to go to classical. It's called Classical Tunes Packet, I think. Let's see. Did my search work? Here. Let's go to live stream band. So I'm going to show you what I'm looking at, everybody. Let me show you what I'm looking at, okay? Here we go. So we're on Dr. Selfridge Music, and let's go to Classical Melodies. So I'm going to come back here for a sec, and I'm going to put this link in the chat, okay? All right. So, here we go. So we're back here. And this is where, hopefully if you have your instrument, you can follow along. I put the link in the chat. And we're going to play some classical melodies as requested by Honey Dreams in New Zealand. Let's go to, now he said any instrument. Let's do flute. Okay, and so I open up, see the flute packet? Look at this. We have all these classical melodies we can play, and you can play along. Okay, how about the first one? This is a good one. Right? Maybe we won't play it quite that fast. Let's go like ta, ti, 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 ta, ta, ta. And I'll give you time to get to your instrument and get that link that I put in the chat. So if you look at the last link in the chat from me, that's the link, and you want to click on your instrument. So here we go. I'm going to put my magic reverb on my microphone. Hello. Yes. Okay, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Bum, 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 bum. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Now that's where I stopped the song in my packet, but it goes on to the next part. Ba, ba, da, 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 right? I think that's how the next part goes. There's also, oh, everyone always loves this song, Für Elise. This is a popular one. Now you might notice if you play piano, check this out, everybody. If you play piano, you might have learned this song like this, right? E, E, D sharp, E. But as I explained in previous videos, sometimes if we try to play songs in the original key, it's a little bit tricky on band instruments. So what I did is I transposed it down what did I do? I did, I brought it up here. See how it sounds kind of the same? It's just on a different key. So if you are someone who has perfect pitch, it might be a little bit annoying to you that we changed the key. So I'm sorry about that. But let's play it. Here we go. For Elise. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Repeat. And there's the next part. That part. So that was fun. Thank you for suggesting that, Honey Dreams. I really like that packet. So let's come back here. And, oh, I was here. Sorry about that. I didn't have my sheet music up on the screen. All right, Chris is checking in. Good evening from England, where it's just approaching 8 p.m. So I guess now it's about 8:13. It's 3:13 p.m. here on the east coast of the United States, northeast. Okay, so TCS is saying, I've done all your basic flute tunes. Please do more. Okay. I am working to really put up more videos every week. You guys might have noticed a couple of new videos coming up that have come up this past week. Let me show you. All right, and so TCS, this is my long way of saying, yes, I will do that. Thank you for that suggestion. Let's go to, where am I going? Oh, my YouTube channel. I have some new videos up of trombone beginner videos, okay? So you may have noticed, here we go. So we have our friend, you know, if you click on our beginner trombone videos, you're going to see someone who you may know or may not know. This is our friend Lisa Liz Trombone channel, and she helped us out by recording all of our notes on trombone. So I'm in all these new videos, I'm teaching you how to play your notes on trombone, and Lisa is demonstrating. So those are the new videos that have come up recently. But TCS, I am happy to do some more flute beginner videos, and I'll try to put that at the top of my list. Okay. Let's go to a YouTube comment. All right, and I'm guessing that this is one of my students from Garnet Valley, who is saying, oh, Kathy just chimed in on Facebook, but Nate says, have I considered GVHS black gloves? Well, Nate, I'm not sure what you're asking there, but yes, we do use our black gloves in the. You know what? That's a really good question because, you know, when it gets really cold out for marching band, hey, let me say hello to you here. Okay. When it gets really cold out for marching band, we do need to use gloves. And certainly we should, you know, I think it's a good idea for next year to make sure everybody has those gloves. Because I don't know if anyone here online has ever done outdoor marching band in cold winter. It's pretty intense, pretty freezing. So that's a great suggestion, Nate. Thank you for being here. I'll see you tomorrow, probably. Okay. Kathy says, my kids loved spooky tunes. How about pep band tunes? Actually, Kathy, I would say for pep band tunes, I would send you to our beginner band tunes, which starts off with pretty easy stuff, but gets into some more. So I'm going to reply to Kathy here. Let's see. Kathy, I'm going to reply to you. I'm going to say, try beginner band tunes. There we go. And I'm going to put this in the live stream, the YouTube chat as well, okay? So guys, check these out. I just put it in the chat, and that is these beginner band tunes right here, okay? That's the link I put in the chat. You click here, and if you click, let's go to clarinet. All right, we got some super easy ones like Shark Attack, Hot Cross Buns, All Clair de Lune, Merrily Roll Along, Minor buns. I like minor. Minor buns is minor hot cross buns. Right? We Will Rock You is a great one for pep band. Okay, so we have these are great for getting the crowd to cheer. I don't know. We do these I've heard these at different athletic, events. Oops, sorry. They have to stomp your foot, or if you have a free hand, you clap. Bum, bum, ba-dum. All right, we got a couple of Let's Go cheers. This is a fun one. Guys, number 10 in the packet the link I put in the chat. This is a really fun one. It's super easy, too. It's just a 4-measure phrase. So that is a great request. There's more in there. I want to just try to really move through some questions here in the chat. So let's keep going. And actually, maybe it's a good time to check in with Dennis, and because I'm going to look through some more chat questions. So Dennis, hello. Have you noticed anything in the chat that's caught your eye that I should jump to?
Yeah, there's actually quite a few questions coming up here, Chet.
Good.
Stephen, if you look like down the end part,
yes,
I've been
highlighting them.
Highlighting different ones. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and some of them are pretty interesting questions, I think.
Okay. Well, I'll jump right to this first one here from. I'll take a look at the ones that Dennis highlighted. So thanks, Dennis. And I'm going to take a look at this one here from Carlos. Would it be insanely hard to learn trumpet coming from saxophone? The answer is no. I would not describe it as insanely hard. What's hard about it is it's a completely different mouth position, although I won't say completely different, because on saxophone and clarinet, we're really engaging these corner muscles here. And your cheeks and your corner muscles have to be developed on any wind instrument, right? And so when you go to trumpet, it's the same deal. Your cheeks stay glued against your teeth. The firm corners are the same. It's just now your lips are touching, right? Your teeth always stay apart. Like, no matter what wind instrument you play, your teeth should not be closed, like clenched. That's not good. Your teeth have to be open, just a normal space. You don't have to be all gross, right? But just a normal spacing. Center the mouthpiece on the center of your lips, and you lick the lips. That kind of helps. And you have smooth lips for trumpet. We have smooth lips for smooth bottom lip for clarinet, and smooth lips for trumpet. And we want wrinkled bottom lip for sax. Smooth lips for trumpet. For flute too. Smooth lips. Okay. M, mouthpiece, and your lips stay together, and you send the air through your lips, and you get that buzz sound. So I would say it's not an insane switch. I've seen kids switch between instrument families before, and it's not a huge deal. So let's keep rocking and rolling here. Get as many questions as we can. Conga Roosters, you look like a new person on the chat here, so hello. And Honey Dreams, we said hello to already. Sorry, I know I'm behind on the chat. Let's rock and roll here. Carlos says hello. And hey, Franco is watching from New Mexico. That's cool. I always like to hear where people are watching from. And thank you, Franco. Yeah, we had a little technical problems with some people, some hackers causing trouble, but we're all back, all good. Matthew Cialetti is here. Hope I'm saying your name right, Matthew Cialetti. I remember you, Matthew, of course. Colby the Cool Kid, high F on flute. Yes, here we go. Quick, high F on flute. So we got low F, which is thumb 1, 2, 3, 1, and pinky. We make the high F by pushing our lips out and making our aperture a little smaller. Now the next octave F, it's actually the same fingering, except your second finger on your left hand comes up. So we end up with thumb, 1, 3, 1, pinky. For, shortcut for explaining fingerings, we like to talk in terms of finger numbers. It will say thumb, and then finger number 1, skip, finger 3, 1, pinky. And we sort of have to make our aperture smaller and out further for an overtone, a high overtone. This note. That's how you play a high F. All right. You really have to make your aperture really focused, like a camera lens focuses, and push out towards the outer edge of the flute. Okay. There's your high F. I hope I didn't pierce any eardrums on that because I know I'm right up against the microphone here. Franco says new to flute. Thank you, Franco. So we have a couple of friends who are playing flute and looking for new flute videos. So that's good for me to know. I'll try to put flute videos at the top of my list, okay? D. Naruto, I'm new. Okay, good to see you. Oh, Colorado and Clarinet. All right, welcome. All right, Matthew, am I going to bring back the weekly trivia question? I love the trivia question. And so, Mike, that's a question for you because you were always really good about bringing the trivia question. But maybe I could also do some homework and bring in a trivia question or two. All right. And actually, speaking of Mike, our friend Mike Hamilton from across the pond wants Stairway to the Stars by Sonny Rollins. Okay. And actually, so Mike, this is a great request. This is a jazz ballad that's very common. It's a standard. And I actually should know this one, and I don't. So I'm gonna look it up and play a little bit of it for you. Okay. So let's do that. So if we ever have a song that I don't know, we just go here. We're going to go Stairway to the Stars. And let's go sheet music. Now, you're asking for the Sonny Rollins Stairway to the Stars. I could certainly look up the Sonny Rollins version. But Stairway to the Stars was not written by Sonny Rollins. A lot of sax players over the years have played this song. And Sonny Rollins has his own version of it, which is amazing. But I'm just going to play the basic melody if I can find it. Okay. Actually, maybe I'll just let me listen. Let me do this. YouTube, and I'm going to do Stairway to the Stars. Can you guess what song comes up when I try to type in Stairway to the Stars? It's another Stairway song that's very well known. All right, let's see how we do here. All right, let's give a little listen. This is YouTube, Sonny Rollins. Oh, so I'm getting some sound from my live stream. So, yeah, Sonny Rollins has a recording of it, and I think what I'm going to do is really just try to find this PDF, okay? Because I think that'll just be the easiest way to do it. Let's see. You know what? I'm going to go PDF. Let's see. Let me show you what I'm looking at, everybody. Here's what I'm looking at. Boop. I'm doing a search, okay? And I'm just trying to find a good version here. Sometimes if you just go to images, that gets you there quicker. Yeah. Let's go here. I'll have to zoom in. So this is for, hey. Of course, the image isn't loading. Let's go back here. How about here? Oh, Muse score. Muse score is always, yay. Okay, so here's a little introduction. I'm just going to play it exactly as it looks, okay? Little introduction, and here's where the melody starts. Goes a little low. So when it goes out of my range, I'm just going to take it up an octave, okay? I'm going to play all this up an octave. So back to A. Second ending. Right? Then there's a bridge. But I'll tell you what, because I've kind of taken a long time on this one, I'm gonna pause it there, and I'm gonna go back to some more of your questions. But that is a great song, Mike. I love that song. Have I ever streamed to Twitch before? I have not. I've never really looked into that. I mean, Twitch is more like for gamers, right? But if you think I might try it, maybe I will. All right. Chris says, thank you, Chris. Thank you for the feedback on the sound. And D Naruto, if you're still here, I know I'm behind on comments, so if you guys aren't here to hear the answers, I apologize. So that's great. I'd say the biggest thing, if you're a beginner clarinet, work on that embouchure. All right. Oh, cool. Okay. So, Mike, is it glitchy on YouTube? So the same thing happened last week, and then it seemed to sort of settle itself down. So hopefully we're okay. I'm kind of watching simultaneously on Facebook, and it seems pretty smooth. So fingers crossed. Okay, Carlos. I play the alto saxophone in Colorado. Tips on air. I feel like I run out of air. Okay. I have a theory, even though really the best way is for me to hear you play. But here's my theory on why you might be having trouble with air. The biggest issue with running out of air on saxophone is if people are wasting air or not using their air efficiently. And what I mean by efficiently is ideally, 100% or as much of your air as much of your airstream as possible should be converted to vibration on the reed. So if you've got too much mouthpiece in your mouth and you're kind of sounding like a goose, sorry if that's hurting your ears, right? If you sound like a goose, that means you've got too much mouthpiece in your mouth, and that's also going to waste air, and you're going to run out of air. You're not going to be able to hold a long note. The other thing is if your reed is not really straight or if your reed is not in good shape, you're going to have issues with holding a note. So really make sure your reed is perfectly straight and lined up with the tip of the mouthpiece, and you've got a good reed that works for you. And not too much mouthpiece in your mouth. You should be able to hold a note for a long time. Okay? A long time meaning, I don't know, at a beginner level or intermediate level, maybe 10, 15 seconds. I can hold a note, if I really take a nice deep breath, I can hold a note for like 45 seconds. But that's from a lot of practice. So, cool. More questions. Let's see here. Yeah, I might have to get a little tech help on my live streams to figure out why my YouTube sometimes gives me this error message. It's not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming, buffering. We'll work on that. All right, Sophia plays clarinet. Oh, I remember you from last time. Sophia, thank you for being here. Let's see. Sophia, have I played or conducted the march? Ooh. Sophia, the answer is I don't know this piece, but is there a specific... If you could give me a specific question about what's tricky about the first clarinet part, or I could try to look it up, but I don't know if I'll have any luck looking it up. We'll see. Flute tunes easy or not? Too many low C. Huh. Do you mean my my flute? Because you might be looking at, if you're talking about my beginner flute tunes, you might be looking at the wrong packet, because my beginner band tunes are not, I don't use any low C's or D's. This is, so if you check, if I'm understanding your comment correctly, if you look at my my packet, flute beginner band tunes, yeah, everything is up in this range, right? So you might have been looking at the clarinet one, just a guess, or maybe you're looking at the the mallets and bells one. Anyway, if I'm interpreting your comment correctly, maybe make sure you're looking at the right one. Let's see. How does minuet sound on the saxophone? So, Mike, that classical one, I could try that. Da 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 dum bum bum. Let's try that. So again, Mike is asking about the classical melodies, which is right here. Okay. And we're going to go to alto sax. This is all on my website, Dr. Selfridge Music. Let's go ahead and play that on alto sax. Nice melody. There we go. Nice little tune. So let's go to some more comments and questions. All right. I just want to make sure I save this here. There we go. Oh, whoops! I'm still there. What I did, guys. I was just like taking a screenshot of that error message I'm getting on YouTube because I want to find someone that knows actually what to do. All right. To help with that. All right, let's see. Franco is saying hello to Teresa and Dennis. Ooh, low B on the flute. Here's a challenge. Low B on the flute. See, now YouTube is back telling me I have an excellent connection, so who knows. Low B on the flute. Check it out. Ready? You're going to go all your fingers up top. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And you have to stretch your... Here, let me do my... This is a good opportunity to use my overhead cam here. All right? So... Here we go. 1, 2, thumb, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And we usually play this key right here, which is the E flat key. But we're going to scooch down here. That's our low D flat. And you have to scooch up here and play low C. And then if you have an advanced flute, which has a low B key, it's a little bit extended here, and it goes down to low B. You have to press all these keys down. So I'm going to try to get the sound of a low B. It's a little bit tricky on my flute because I think I probably have a little bit of an air leak in it, but let's try it. Here's a low D. More open aperture, warmer air, like you're trying to put fog onto a mirror. And then D flat, C, B. There it is. So you really have to have a flute in really good working order and also be really working on your embouchure to get that nice low note. Good starting beat to practice scales using metronome. I would say, here's my metronome app, everybody. I have this app called Metro Timer. I think it's free. Okay. So let's see. Now it depends on the beat that you pick to practice scales depends on how you're going to play the scales. Are you going to play half notes? So say you're going to do half notes at 88. I'd say that's a good tempo. That's 88 BPM, and we're playing the scale in half notes. Ta, ta, ta. If you find that you're struggling because you're struggling to get from note to note, take the tempo down. Take it down to, I don't know, 78. All right. Ta, ta. Or you could switch to doing whole notes and take it at like 80. That would be, you might run out of breath. Here's 85. And we do whole notes. Ta, ta. You could start that slow if you need to, if the scale is tricky for you, okay? Let's see. All right, the golden one. What's the highest note on the flute and the lowest one you can play? Okay, so let's take a look at the low. Well, I just played the lowest note. I can play the low B, right? So let's go to flute fingering chart, and let's go high notes. So we're going to look at some pretty high notes here. Here we go. Let's click on this flute fingering chart. And we are at Amro Music, flute fingering chart, learn to play the flute. Here we go. Let's go to my little, hello. All right. So if you're in you know, a few years in, middle school, high school, you're getting up into these notes. A high D, E flat, E. You really have to do the small lips, small aperture. All right, so a good high note, well, we did F, we did high F early in the lesson. Thumb, 1, 1, I'm sorry, 1, 3, 1, pinky. G is pretty high. It is no, it's like a regular G, but no thumb. All right, so pinky and just your top 3 fingers. It's going to sound like this. Now, these super high notes I sometimes struggle with because I don't usually play this high on the flute. Let's do this high A. Thumb, second finger, first finger, pinky. And that's going to sound like this. Pretty high. Thumb, second finger, first finger, pinky. You really, I'm sorry, again, I hope I'm not piercing your eardrums, but you really have to make that aperture really small. Right here. Hear that almost whistling sound? That's how focused your air needs to be. Okay, let's rock and roll with some more questions. Okay. Christopher says, I can't explain how, but I have the ability to transpose music by ear. That's great. I was going to ask you a little bit more about that, but you said you can't explain how. Here's a question. What instrument do you play, Christopher? Thanks, Franco. I appreciate it. What do you do before you post a... This is a good question. Thank you. A lot of good questions. I should say this is a different type of question, which is nice. This is about doing YouTube stuff. What do you do before you post a question with a special guest? If I have someone... If I need help with a certain thing on YouTube, like, for example, my trombone videos, like, I can play trombone at a basic teaching level, but I figured if I'm going to make YouTube videos to demonstrate things on trombone, I should really have someone who's a professional trombone player who can make a very nice sound that would be good for students to emulate at home. So what I did was I found a YouTuber who's got a great channel, and I can tell that they do a good job. So they know what they're talking about. So I reached out to them. I sent Liz an email, or through her YouTube channel. I forget how I reached out. And I just kind of said, would you be willing to help me out with some videos? And, you know, sort of as a thank you, I'll put all your contact info in, or your social media info in the video description, so people will discover your channel. And so it was great. And so she was really great to do that for me. And that's how I went about doing that. Let's see. Hello to Nancy Art. Yes, I do remember you, and it's been a while. I was off for the 2 weeks of New Year's due to the hacking incident, but I'm back, and it's nice to see you here. Cioletti. Got it. Thank you. Cioletti. I'm going to remember that. TCS. Sheet music to go with those flute videos. Okay. Let me know which flute videos need sheet music. My beginner tunes on flute, I do have usually links to the sheet music. All right, Mike's going to be back with trivia. That'd be awesome. Thank you, Judy. I appreciate it. Judith. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call you Judy. Judith. My videos are helpful. Thank you. Stairway to Heaven. Right, Mike. You're right. I'm behind on my chat, but yes, Stairway to Heaven. Stairway to Heaven on clarinet. Maybe I'll get to that. Let me keep moving through and get as many questions as I can, and then I'll do some requests, okay? Yeah, Mia knows the answer, right? Here's some requests. I don't know. Chosen by I don't know how to pronounce that. Tyga and Ty Dolla $ign. Let's see. Chosen. Let me see what happens if I look this up. I don't know, you know, there's a lot of songs I don't know, and it's nice to learn, you know? Let's see. So I am looking this up here. And hopefully I'll be able to play it for you soon. Okay. Well, let's give a little listen here. And maybe I can demonstrate for this view. I'm going to answer a question while I'm looking for it, okay? Stairway to Heaven on clarinet, I will try to do. Here's a good question. I play clarinet, but when I play lower notes such as A, it's fine, but B... That's interesting. Why would A be fine, but B not be fine? Well, what could that be? I'm gonna try to listen to this song chosen in a sec. A would be here. Let me turn this off so you guys can see. All right. So that's A, and you said when you go to B, or B flat, it gets weak. I mean, my only guess is maybe this key right here. Can I go overhead? I'm going to go overhead. Here we go. Maybe this key right here might be having an issue where it's bent. So like when you press these keys down, this key goes down and covers that hole. Maybe when you go to B, it kind of lifts up a little bit. So maybe it could be a problem with your actual clarinet, like something bent. You know, sometimes you might just bump your clarinet or drop a piece and not think it broke, but a little bend can really cause a problem. All right. Let's give a little listen here. To this song. When it come to you, pistol like bars, issue with trust. Won't let no one get a piece of your love. Yeah, base it on loyalty, base it on us. I ain't the picture perfect type, but I'm making it up. You say you want a bad flip it. So I'm going to look this up because there's a lot of notes here. Chosen sheet music. There's a lot of notes going on there, so it would take me a while to figure it out. Oh, look, here it is on piano. Let's look at this. Check it out. It's on YouTube. So just to keep it easy, because they're playing it on piano, I'm going to do it on flute. Looks like they're doing, it's all like in D major. D, E, F sharp, G, A. So I'm just going to try to copy some of what they're doing here. Let's look at the first phrase. Ah, that's not what I want to do. Hey, I lost it. Hold on. All of a sudden I'm on, it's cool, Pharoah Sanders. How did I get there? Here we go. Okay, that's just F sharp, E, D, right? F sharp, E, D. A little bit more. F sharp, A, B, A, B, A. Right? So I would, like I said, it would probably take me a long time to get through that whole thing, but there's a little taste of it for you. Okay, so hopefully that was interesting. D major. Right? What a normal beat on sheet music. What is a normal beat on sheet music? Oh, okay. So Chris, check it out. Ready? If you Google tempo markings, all right, and I'm just going to specify what you're saying. Moderate would be moderato. So let's see. Here's a website I found. Check it out. All right. So if it says moderato or moderately, 86 to 97 BPM. Hey, pop-up window. All right. So, or, you know, and that just gives you an idea of where to start. 86 BPM. That'd be like medium. Okay. So there we go. There's a little starter information for you on that. Hopefully that's helpful. Sophia, the piece is by John Williams, arranged by. Oh, okay. March. I'm going to try to find this real quick for you, Sophia. March 1941, Clarinet 1. I have no idea if I'm going to get lucky and find this. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I mean, Sophia, you know what? what we could do, you know, if I can't find it right now, if you like grab a screenshot of it or like a shot with your phone and send it. Let me show you where you can send it actually. When my live stream is over, I go to this screen right here, boop, and you guys can reach out with any questions, or if you want to reach out to me, drselfridgemusic@gmail.com, and that's where you can send. You know, if you have a piece of sheet music you want help with, that'd be the way to do it, because I can't find, here it is again, sorry. I can't find that piece of music online right now, but if you send me something, I might be able to talk about it next week, okay? So, cool, guys. We got about 10 minutes left, so thank you so much for being here. Let's rock through some more of these comments and questions, okay? Thank you, Dennis, for highlighting all these questions. Looks like we're doing pretty well here. All right. Thank you, Franco. Appreciate it. Jacqueline is here. All right. How's things in Philly? I'm not in Philly, but I'm close to Philly. Blast. Thank you, Colby. Oh, Marianne, or Mia Ann. Sorry, I remember you telling me about this. I was supposed to watch the Cleveland Orchestra perform in Florida. Oh, but they canceled. So hopefully they'll reschedule. I know a lot of folks with the current surge that we're having in our country, they've been rescheduling things. So hopefully that is able to be rescheduled for you. All right. Okay, so, here's the answer to, so it might just be your air. It could be, but I don't see why your air would be any different from an A to a B. It's the same, you know, but maybe just make sure you're sending your air as strong on both notes. Okay, Christopher, I play multiple instruments. Oh, this is the transposing question, or comment, I should say. Okay, so if you play tenor saxophone, you figured out that any note you heard from piano is you're going to play one note higher on tenor sax. So if piano goes C, D, E, F, G, like this, like this. On sax, you'd have to do that up a step. You'd have to go D, E, F sharp, A, G. No, D, E, F sharp, G, A. So that's pretty cool. It's a great talent to have. Mia Ann. So instead, I searched up Symphony on YouTube and casted it to, hey, it's a great idea. And do you remember what you watched? Like what specific symphony you watched? It's pretty cool. Very creative. I haven't checked in on Facebook in a while, so if anyone is saying, you know, has any comments from there, let's go back here. Be cool if I could like see the comments live, but let's go here. Joe Fortin was just checking in. So I want to say hello. Let me just say hi real quick to Joe Fortin, who's checking in. So if you're still watching, hello, and thank you for commenting. Oh, that was 22 minutes ago. If you're still watching, thank you. If you guys are hanging in all the way through my live stream, I always appreciate that. Mary, did you know? Yeah, Franco, that's one that I get a lot around the holiday season. Something like that. It's in a minor scale. So it's a good one. It's a good one to learn. Mia says, my violin teacher taught me how to play Moonlight Sonata 27 by Beethoven on... Joe is still watching. Thank you. Thanks for commenting. I really appreciate it. Sonata 27, number 2 by Beethoven on violin. Wow. Very nice. Sophia. Okay, cool. Thank you, Sophia. Jacqueline, you lived in Yeadon. So Jacqueline, do you know I am from Delco as well? Well, I currently live in Delco, but I grew up in Delco, closer to Yeadon and closer to Philly. I grew up in Norwood and spent some, time here and there for different reasons in Yeadon. And Uncle Joe is checking in here. Yeah, Wynton Marsalis rescheduled twice, but we're going to see Wynton Marsalis in March, I believe. So I'm very excited about that. So as we do towards the end of every show or live stream, we have Teresa or Terry always comes in and helps us welcome some of our new viewers. So hopefully if you're a new viewer today, we got your name mentioned there below, and if we didn't, you should say hello, and make sure we recognize you for watching. So again, folks, thank you for, well, we're not quite wrapping up yet, but thank you for watching. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe and like this live video, and just let your friends and family and people know that play instruments to join us, or just to subscribe to my channel. That'd be great. All right, so Mia Ann on February 13th. Oh wait, we have another. Did I get this comment here? Oh, Kathy on Facebook commented about 20 minutes ago, but I'm just getting to it here, that you had found my video game tunes, so I'm glad you enjoyed those. Thanks very much. And going back to some of our comments here, Mia Ann says February 13th, it's going to be at 1 year. Okay, so that's awesome. Congratulations, Mia. And I think, do you play flute as well, if I'm remembering correctly? Refresh my memory. Okay. Mike, all right, what kind of trivia do we want? Let's see. What kind of trivia do we want? How about, it's always fun. Well, it could be jazz. It could be, sometimes movie music is a fun one, like composers who wrote music for movies, or composers. Oh, you know what? You could say, like, what musician or composer was born today, and give us a clue to guess a famous musician who was born on the day that we're having our live stream. It's a good one. It's Missouri says, I just learned how to play Mr. Saxobeat from your video. Thank you. And you're welcome. Let me know what instrument you play. Well, I guess alto sax. So do you guys want to play any songs? Or, like, you want me to play any songs? Let's see. I think I've gotten to every request. Dennis, I think we've pretty much gotten every request or every question so far.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And it's pretty cool. I've been able to check in on the Facebook feed, Dennis, and we are getting some people checking in there, which is cool. People are starting to discover the show there. So, yeah. So, folks, we'll be wrapping up in about 5 minutes. So please come in with your questions and comments. Maybe I'll play a song. Let's see. Someone mentioned my video game songs, so let's do that. Live stream video game tunes. These are fun. I have Star Wars. Here we go. Let me put this in the chat. Here we go. That's video game tunes. Okay, everybody? So here we go. Let me show you what I'm looking at. So that's the link I just put in the chat. And let's play one or two of these before we go. Okay? Here we go. Let's go to, I have not played, I'll go back to clarinet. All right, so some of these are like songs that I requested from my students, like which ones should I do? And some of these I don't even really know. Here's Lost Woods from Zelda. A little challenging, goes over the break. A little bit of that. Minecraft. Oh, this is one that everyone usually recognizes. Even back when I was a kid, we knew this song. Pretty tricky. Now we have some chromatic stuff. That is a bit of a challenge for sure, especially if you're more on the beginner side. But sometimes these challenging songs are, if you know them well, it's a good thing to challenge yourself on because you've got the sound of it in your head, right? Here's a popular one. Let me clear my page here. The Tetris theme. Here we go. Now I could, if I get around to it, I could make a low note version. I only have a high note version of clarinet. So if you're having trouble with these high notes, you could play this in the low octave. Yeah. So the video games packet, I highly recommend it. Let's come back here and let's start to do a little wrap up and a little maybe few more questions if anyone has them. So we have a few more people checking in. Let's see. Alexander is checking in and saying hi. And thank you to Franco. Appreciate that. And let's see. It's me, Zuri, says thank you for making music easier for me. You're most welcome. Yeah, I thought you played flute and starting to learn piano. Wow. Many talents you have. Julia, I played Bach Bourrée for my solo and ensemble. Congratulations, Julia. So what instrument? Is that flute, maybe? A Bach Bourrée? Okay, everybody. So, as I said, we are here every Sunday, same time. And now we're streaming to Facebook. Oh, hi, Amelia is checking in on Facebook. There's Amelia checking in on Facebook. We are here every Sunday at this time. Well, an hour before now we start. It's 3 o'clock Eastern time. And I have one more question here. Arcane theme on clarinet. I do not know that, but I will. If you come in early next week, ask me to look that up. I will look it up for you, okay? Oh, Julia plays bassoon. Yeah, we love bassoon players. They are a very important part of the band, and we don't have, depending on the school you go to, some schools have not enough bassoon players in their bands and orchestras. So good for you for doing that. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dee. When I finish up today, you're going to see how you can contact me if you'd like to. drselfridgemusic@gmail.com. Thank you to Matthew Cioletti. I'm going to remember how to pronounce your name now. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I have to learn how to pronounce your screen name there. And we're going to say goodbye to Dennis. Dennis, thanks again for a great show. Are we there?
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It was fun to get back to it.
Yeah, great to have you. Okay, and everyone, we're going to wrap up. And when I finish up today, you're going to see my next screen, how you can follow me on online and send me emails. So thanks again, everyone. Hope you had a great time. Hope you have a great week. Remember to practice. Okay. Until next time, everybody. Have a great time. And as I said, play those instruments and come back with some more questions and requests next week. Okay, bye-bye.